Hey Tigers and Gauchos, it's a fantastic Friday. Today's lesson is reviewing percent of a quantity, repasando porcentaje de una cantidad. Let's get started. Empecemos. Reviewing percent of a quantity, repasando porcentaje de una cantidad. Friday, April 17th, 2020. Viernes, 17 de abril. Vocabulary. Vocabulario. Quantity of a ratio, part, percent, whole, cantidad de razón, parte, por ciento, entero. Remember, for vocabulary, you must make a copy of this template, one for each vocabulary word in the lesson. Fill in the boxes for each word. You can complete in English or Spanish. Direcciones. Haz copias de esta página. Una copia para cada palabra de vocabulario en la lección. Completa las cajas para cada palabra. Puedes completar en inglés o español. Do not type here. No escribir aquí. This one you can make a copy of. Make and write on copy. Haz y escribe en copia. Today you will need 4 copies. Hoy necesitas 4 copias. Objectives, objetivos. I will use part, whole, and percent to find the percent of a quantity. Usaré parte, entero y por ciento para encontrar el porcentaje de una cantidad. Mini lesson. Watch the video on Google Classroom. Ve el video en Google Classroom. So the first problem I want us to take a look at is 5 of the 25 girls on the soccer team are 7th graders. Find the percentage of 7th graders on the team. 5 de las 25 niñas en el equipo de fútbol están en el 7º año. Encuentra el porcentaje de niñas que están en el 7º año. Okay. To find the percent of a given value, you need to look for 3 things. We need to look for the part. We need to look for the whole. And we need to look for the percent. Necesitamos buscar la parte, el entero y el por ciento. In this problem, 5 of the 25 girls gives me part and the whole. I know that there are 5 7th graders, and I know there are 25 total students. What I don't know is the percent, and that is what the question is asking. Find the percentage. En la pregunta sabemos la parte, son 5 niñas en el 7º año. Sabemos que hay un total o un entero de 25 niñas en el equipo, pero no sabemos el porcentaje. Por lo tanto, la pregunta pide el porcentaje. When we have a part and a whole, it's like having a numerator and a denominator. We can set this up as a fraction. Part over whole. In this case, 5 over 25. we can make that equal to the percent. We don't know what the percent is, but we do know how to use variables. So we're going to let X represent the percent. I'm going to change the color. So we know also that a percent is over 100. So now we have X over 100. Next, we can cross multiply. 5 times 100 gives me 500. Good. And I'm going to keep my equal sign. 25 times X is 25X. We also know that the opposite or the inverse of multiplication, because when a number and a variable are next to each other, that's multiplication, is division. So I'm going to divide by 25 because I want to leave the X by itself. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. This leaves X by itself, which is what we're looking for. We can set it up and say, what is 500 divided by 25? I'm going to count in quarters. So I know 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters equal 100. And I have 500, so I'm just going to multiply 4 times 5 to equal 20. So my answer is 20. Therefore, X is equal 20, and my percent is 20. 20% of girls on the soccer team are 7th graders. Let's try this one more time. Now we have a real life problem. A new pair of shoes costs $120. There's an offer of 40% off. How much will the shoes cost? Un par de zapatos nuevos cuesta $120. Con la oferta de 40% de descuento, ¿cuánto cuestan los zapatos? Again, I want to look for 3 things. I'm going to look for my part, my whole, and my percent. Voy a buscar la parte, lo entero, la parte, lo entero y el porcentaje. Okay. In this question, we have a new pair of shoes cost $120. That's the original price. That, my friends, is the whole price that I have to pay for those shoes. So I'm going to put it under whole. Then I know that there's an offer of 40%. What do you know? There's a percentage sign. So I know that goes in the percent box. I need to find my part. How much am I going to end up paying? Okay. Un par de zapatos nuevos cuesta $120. Ese es el precio original. Es el entero. Es lo que yo tengo que pagar si no tuviera oferta. También me están dando una oferta de 40%. Como veo que tienen el signo de por ciento, sé que 40 pertenece a mi cuadro de por ciento. Entonces estoy buscando la parte o lo que voy a terminar pagando. Let X represent that unknown part. Let's go back and look at our formula. We need to set it up part over whole equals percent over 100. So let's plug in the numbers. Part is x, so I'm gonna say x over the whole, which is 120, equals 40 over 100. The next thing I want to do is I want to cross multiply, right? So just for ease, we have x times 100, and that gives us 100x. Keep the equal sign. And now we have 120 and 40. And when we multiply 12 times 4 is 48. And we just tack on the 2 zeros. So 100x is equal to 4,800 or 4,800. I'm going to rewrite that up here just so that we can do our math. So we have 100x equals 4,800. Remember, we want to isolate the x, and the opposite of multiplication is division, so I'm going to divide both sides by 100. That leaves x by itself, which is what I want. And now I'm going to set up the problem on this side. 4,800. Sorry guys, let me rewrite that. 4,800 divided by 100. I have zeros that match. 1 into 48 equals 48. So I'm going to end up paying $48. That is my answer. That is my part. You can use a calculator to find the percentage. For example, in the first problem, where we are trying to find the percentage of 7th graders, we can simply divide the fraction. We know that a fraction is division, so we do 5 divided by 25 equals, and then you multiply by 100 because percent means per 100 equals 20%. Another way to do this, in the case of the shoes, for example, the original price is $120. I want to subtract the 40% discount, and it immediately tells me it's $48. Practice problems. Complete your problem set. It is a different assignment on Google Classroom. Have fun!